Welcome back. So I want to thank everyone that watched last week's video. Whether you watched it because you heard it was a disaster or because you were interested in the info, at least you watched it. I also want to thank everyone for the feedback. One was smile. The other was get a new background so it doesn't look like a hostage video. Check. 2 for 2. Also, I want to sit up here so you can see my orange tie for Eric Yost and his Clemson Tigers. Congratulations. Okay, on to business. Today's topic is vouchers. Vouchers are tax credits given to people so that they can send their children to private schools. How does that impact public schools? Well, by incentivizing sending students to Catholic schools or private schools, we obviously lose a large student base. We also lose tax money because where do you think that tax refund is coming from? This has become a big topic of conversation lately because of the Secretary of Education nominee, Betsy DeVos. DeVos pushed vouchers all through Michigan schools when she was the Commissioner of Education in that state. The result of this voucher push was the bankruptcy of the Detroit public schools. What happens when a district goes bankrupt? Well, it's similar to receivership here in New York. The state comes in and takes over your school. The first thing they do is they eliminate all the contracts. If the state takes over your school, it does not have to follow your contract. They did that in Detroit. What did that end up looking like? Well, teachers with seniority were fired, people lost their pensions, and in order to bring back Detroit public schools and to fund them, they actually reduced retiree pensions by 4.5%. Yes, not new pensions. People that had already retired, they actually reduced their pensions by 4.5%. At this point, I hope you're saying that's not right. And I agree with you, it isn't. But retirees banded together, sued, took it to the Supreme Court, and actually lost. Where a judge said that it was the only way that Detroit schools could operate. Could this happen in New York? I guess. But I can tell you one of the things that's protecting it from happening, and that's the fact that we have a Constitution that guarantees fully funded pensions. One of the ways we can risk fully funded pensions is by opening that Constitution through a constitutional convention, which we will vote on in November 2017. Okay, so here's my pitch for the week. Look up the dangers of vouchers. Look at what they've done to public schools in areas where they exist. And speak out against anybody that supports vouchers. And that includes our Secretary of Education nominee. Also, look up the dangers of a constitutional convention. And let's make sure we vote no in 2017. That's 3 Minutes with Tom. See you next week.